10 days at an Econo Lodge full of pimps, prostitutes, crazy hippies and homeless old people will really motivate you to get the fuck out of a place. As soon as we were returned to our ride, we pulled up to the hotel, opened up the door, and played them some E=mc². It felt so fucking good to play again. We have been cut off from a release for 10 days, we're all about to fucking explode, and we're all ready to get caught back up with this tour. Everything happens for a reason, right? Well, if this hadn't happened, we would have never gotten a hold of the person in charge of the Mayhem tour to get permission to play in the parking lots. I can't really get into how it all happened at this time, because it would take hours to explain, but we left Albuquerque on a mission to meet Kevin, the guy in charge of it all, at a Warped Tour in Cincinnati, Ohio. The next morning, 36 hours away, 1,500 miles. A long fucking drive. A half hour out of town, after playing Long Way to Go, and a short time to get there, about 15 times, because it is a 2-minute long song. We go to start back up at a truck stop and nothing happened, the starter is not working. We call up Jack, the guy that owns the shop, that just worked on it. He shows up in 12 minutes, like a sprint car mechanic would, fixes our shit in a matter of minutes, slaps us in the ass, and sends us on our way. We cannot thank him and his shop enough for all the hard work they put in to fix us up. I mean, you're dealing with something that is duct taped and zip tied together, so you have to give them credit for that. Flying across the desert at 55 miles per hour, into Texas we go, where we meet our longtime Twitter friend, Courtney, print girl, in Amarillo. We're there for an hour, and I'm watching the clock count down. We're running out of time to meet up with Kevin before bus call tomorrow. Let's get a move on. Then up into Oklahoma, where we reach our first roadblock. Some fucking Oklahoma state trooper decides he's going to pull me over at a turnpike pay station for not using my blinker, which I always use my blinker. First words out of his mouth are "get the fuck out and get in my car." So I go get in his car. There are 2 drug dogs in the back and a sniper rifle in between the front seats. He lets me know that he pulled me over for not using my blinker, and I cannot even argue with it because it's his word versus mine. Also, I know, if I argue with him, that it will only take time off of the little bit of time we have to make it to Cincinnati and meet with Kevin. He makes me take my sunglasses off because he says, "I can't even tell where you're looking all over the place." No shit, officer fuckface, I'm looking around at all the shit you have in here. I've never been inside a police car before. I actually follow all posted speed limit signs and have a clean driving record. You're treating me like you just arrested some sort of terrorist. He asks me what the fuck we are doing in his state. I let him know we are just traveling through to go to the Warped Tour. He asks me what the Warped Tour is. I tell him it is a music festival. He asks me what is in the van. I tell him it's a mobile stage. He asks me if he can see inside it. I say nope. He quickly realizes that I'm not stoned, nor do I have any weed on me, so he lets me go. A half hour later, he really was pulling us over for being from Oregon. It is fucking bullshit that they can do this and get away with it, but they see the Oregon plates and automatically think we have weed. Mark my words, if I ever see this officer anywhere else besides from the inside of his 2014 Chevy 4Runner complete with leather and any other amenity you can think of, I will blow his fucking head off with a gun that I don't have. I will watch his family be sad that their father is dead with a smile on my face. This motherfucker is the reason the system is so fucked up. He had no reason to pull me over. He had no reason to make me feel like a criminal for 30 minutes. He had no reason to take 30 minutes out of my life. I'm so tired of police fucking with us just because we are from Oregon. Yet I am from a different state. I'm from Oregon. What's your fucking problem? Can't you just be happy that we supply all of the nation's grass seed, the same grass you have growing in your front yard, fuckface? Alright, sorry about the last paragraph, still just kind of a sensitive subject. So we cruise on down the turnpike, and what happens next? Of course the check engine light comes on, and we start to lose power, which happened to be a fuel pump problem that we fixed in North Carolina. Fuck life. So I pull off at the next turnpike rest area. For those of you unfamiliar with turnpikes, they have these rest areas / gas stations on them, so you don't have to pay to exit the freeway. Shit cools down a bit, and we take off, exit the turnpike finally, then re-enter another turnpike. We're running out of change. Check engine comes on again at the very beginning of the next turnpike, 20 miles to the next exit, so I limp it up to the next exit, and make the decision that between the police incident and these couple stops there is no way we're making it to Cincinnati. So I call Kevin up, and let him know I'll be meeting him at the show the next day in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You know Milwaukee? Give us any chance, we'll take it. Give us any rule, we'll break it. We're gonna make our dreams come true. We hung out at the most busy McDonald's we've ever seen, at a turnpike rest area. After waiting a couple hours, we decide to push it to Milwaukee. I still haven't slept, but I'm not tired. I'm on a fucking mission. About 10 miles north of St. Louis, we stop at a truck stop, and I look like a tweaker that has been up for days. I have sunburns under my eyes. I have huge bags under my eyes. I don't look like I should be driving anywhere. As I'm buying some headphones in line at the checkout, this Illinois state trooper turns around and looks me square in the eyes. He gives me that look like you better not be fucking driving anywhere. I respond to him with the look of yes, I'm going to sleep for a couple hours. So I find Tano and Wasis and let them know that I'm going to catch a few hours of sleep. We're a little ahead of schedule now, and it would be for the best. They wholeheartedly agree, and I go sleep for 3 hours until 2 in the morning. I hop behind that wheel at 2 and put the hammer down. Everyone wakes up when we near Chicago, which is where we sat in the shittiest turnpike traffic of the whole tour. We hit Wisconsin sometime around 11 a.m., pulled into the middle of the parking lot in between about 30 to 40 tour buses. We met up with Kevin, who happens to be one of the coolest people we have ever met. He handed us some passes to watch the show, and took some pictures of the stage to send to John, the guy that runs Mayhem, who also, just like Kevin, is one of the coolest people we have ever met. Went in and watched Suicide Silence, then I passed out for the rest of the day. 36 hours straight is a long time to go with a 3-hour nap. It was fucking stupid, but what needs to be done gets done with us, and we did it. At this point in the tour we were so fucking ready to get back to Mayhem and see all our friends. They were wondering where the fuck we went, because it is pretty hard to relay the message to 100 people that never really get on the internet. We just disappeared after Albuquerque. They thought we went home. We arrived at Tinley Park, Illinois at 2 a.m. I parked right to the side of the front entrance and passed out for an hour at a time, setting my alarm every time, as I didn't want to be in anyone's way on our first legitimate Mayhem tour ever. Buses keep driving by asking me if we know where to get in. No one really knew where to enter. So Dana wakes up and decided to walk in and see what was going on. 4 minutes later, here he comes riding on the back of John's scooter. John is who we needed to meet up with anyway, so it was like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. We rolled around to the other side and parked right in front of the line and let security know that we have permission to do this. It has been 4 years of doing this without permission, and we are getting ready to rage it for the first time with permission. To those of you out there that think this shit was easy, or that we took some sort of handout, fuck off. This was 4 fucking years of dedication to what we are doing, of meeting people and respecting people, of lying to security guards, of almost being arrested. It is not for the weak-hearted. And if the first thought in your head about what we are doing is negative, or that you are looking for some reason for why we did it, and you can't ever do it, you will never make it anywhere. You are a fucking pussy, and if you want to talk shit, or Marie off, prank call my cellular phone every day acting like high school kids telling me that the Athiarchists are gay. Let's shave our heads and write shitty music. Keep doing what you are doing, because we are doing what so many told us couldn't be done. All it takes is a will and a way. That's Dano's quote. Word.